Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight, today, this morning, this evening, depending on where you are now. That's good of being international. We are really happy today to do the first IPFA webinar with Linda Simeone from delle Foto from Italy, Friso from Breda Photo, and also we are going to have 𝗜𝗣𝗙𝗪 from 𝗜𝗪𝗙𝗪 Lisboa. Just waiting for the rest of you to get in. I'm going to do a brief introduction of Agora. But first, I want to introduce you my team. I have Pedro here from Barcelona, in Barcelona.
Hi, everyone. It's a great
Hi,
pleasure to
Pedro.
be here.
And also we have Laura.
Hi, everyone. Introduction of IPFA, no of Agora. You say Agora, we are mixing the project.
Always, as always, yes.
Welcome. Excited
Welcome.
for the first.
Hi, Jackie. Welcome.
Hey.
Karim, Bettina, Mike, Devon, Joao. Hi, Joao. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you too. Everybody.
We are also going to have another presentation afterwards with festivals in Spanish. If you want to stay, there is another link, but you also have it on the email. There we are going to have Enrique from Lisbon Street Photography, from F262 from Portugal, and also we are going to have the first Latin American meeting of photography groups that is going to happen also this year in Argentina. We are going to have them three talking and speaking, explaining us what they have been doing and what they are preparing for this year on their festivals. Just as this is an open activity for everyone and we are going to put it on YouTube, it's an open activity for all photographers. I just want to share a little bit while waiting for the rest of our audience to come. We have 25 people now connected. What is IPFA? Because as you know, this is a more or less new organization. We have less than a year. In our webpage, you can see the membership. The members of the association now are festivals. You know that there are 1,000 festivals in the world. 67 are now members of IPFA, and we know this is going to grow. Here you have all the members, and I'm going to go there. You can discover all the members. Here you also have all our database. From one side, all the active festivals, the calendar, and also the inactive festivals. And you can also read the first report that is a really milestone on the research on photography festivals, because it's the first time in history that 215 festivals give us their information for making this research. Is 120 pages. You are going to love the readings. It's long, but it's good because it has a lot of amazing information about festivals in the world. Then you can see the first meeting. Here you have Friso, Linda, Joao, and some of the people that are here today. They were here in Barcelona. And we can confirm also that we are going to have a next meeting, face-to-face meeting next year in Barcelona. That is a great news. We have confirmed this week, also open to photographers with portfolio reviews and other activities. We are going to have a lot of fun. And then if you go to our members webpage, here you can see the webpage of them all. For example, if we go to this Paper Photo Festival, that is a new member, you have all their information here about when is the next edition, where is the festival, some description, the webpage, Instagram, email, some images, and also if they have put some of their artists, they are here, and when the open call is. This is also pretty important for participants to be part. And then we have the database with active festivals. This is really important, and for the first time also, we can see really a map of all the festivals in the world. 775 active festivals. You can see here on map them all, or you can search them by the kind of festivals they are, the concept that they are working, or the country. for example. This is a great opportunity for knowing more about the festival. If you're a photographer, for sending them your proposals. I think it's a great database. I just want to say thanks to our team that has been working hard with this. And we are also creating a database of photographers that can be used for all the photographers in the world to know other photographers, and also for curators for looking for photographers to show in their festivals. And then finally, we have our gallery in Barcelona that is called 𝗂𝗲𝗙 Gallery. At this point, we have a collaboration with Focus International Awards from Albania. We have this exhibition till October 25. And then we are going to have another exhibition with la Bienal della Fotografia Femminile from Italy. And we are going to open 2 exhibitions. This gallery is the official gallery of IPFA, and it's pretty important for spreading the world of our photographers. All the photo festivals in the world has the opportunity to exhibit here, and we think it's a great opportunity to expand also your audience and also to exhibit in different places. And one of the news that we are having also for IPFA is that we are going to have an IPFA Awards. For the first time, 15 festivals from all over the world get connected for creating a new award. And this is going to give you the opportunity with just sending one proposal to be reviewed by 15 festivals, curators, and directors from all over the world. 15 of them will be selected to do a solo exhibition in the festival. And then 50 of them will be selected as finalists to exhibit in a collective exhibition in Barcelona. For the first time, this is going to happen. We're going to open that exhibition on the 19th of March. That means that we have a date, we have a place, and everything. You are going to be exhibiting here in these galleries, in this gallery, those who are selected. I mean, it's a really nice gallery in Barcelona, and 50 photographers is a great opportunity also to have one of your pictures selected. And after this, we will use all this collective exhibition for sending it to other festivals worldwide. You don't see any information yet about the IPFA award yet, but it's going to be online at the end of this month. Okay, if you're a photographer and you want to participate, we think it's a great opportunity. Okay. Good. Laura, did I miss something? We are ready, Pedro, for starting. I think people is already here. Good. Everything's good. Okay. We have 30 people in the meeting. Okay. It's great to be here as always. Linda, are you ready for presenting us your festival?
I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. Okay. I want to share my slides. Okay. Okay, you can see all? It's all okay?
Yes, perfectly fine.
Okay, I want to start with the video that I bring to the IPFA in Barcelona this year.
Are you sharing the sound?
Yeah.
You have to share the sound. There is in the 3 dots, you have to put share sound just to be sure, because we're not listening the sound now.
You don't listen?
No. No, not there. On Zoom.
Oh, okay.
On Zoom, you have kind of 3 dots or something, and then you have to put share audio.
Okay, wait. I can see audio. I can find the altoparlante speaker. No, I can. Ok. Sottotitoli. Lavagna. But you can't hear. I can so turn up the volume maybe.
Depending on the microphone, I think it's better if you can share the sound. If not, I mean, don't worry.
Okay, but I really don't know where I have to do that.
There is an option. If you put the 3, there must be 3 at the end of the thing here that you have subtitles, groups, notes, or something. There must be kind of 3 dots, and it says
Okay,
sharing
okay.
options, and it might say share audio, original audio.
Maybe I find.
Maybe beginning again. Stop.
Now
Oh,
it
yes.
works.
It works?
Yes,
It works?
great. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so today I have for you a dreaming recipe, okay? We have 3 ingredients, and the first is a crazy and wonderful city, Trieste, and you have already seen their picture and their videos. I think Trieste is a really, really, really beautiful city, and have many coffee and now many cafe like a location. Okay, and now I will explain why we have many coffee. Okay, the second ingredient is a young journalist who had just lost her job, but she didn't lost her curiosity and want to come back to Trieste and do something special. Okay, the third ingredient is a group of photographers who wanted to exhibit, to meet the public and share their vision. Okay, with these ingredients, we do le vie delle foto in Trieste, and the moment we start, all the city began a living gallery. Okay, so first of all, where is Trieste? Trieste, I do this animation. Sorry for my video. It is on the northeast of Italy. Okay, this is a city near Slovenia, and in front of the Adriatic Sea. Okay, you can see we are a city with the sea. Okay, so why Trieste? Trieste has a really important link to the coffee, and because we were at Portofranco, that in Italy all the taxes are not to pay here. okay? And it is really important for the commercial business. And so it let grow many location, okay? The bar, okay? The bar is not just only like a bar, okay? Bar is where the people meeting for a cultural event, okay? We have many stories, no? To the coffee from James Joyce, who began writing Ulysses, okay, in one of our bar in Pirona, pastry shop. So Caffè San Marco, for example, where young patriots forget false passport during the Austro-Hungaric Empire. Okay, so the Trieste's Café are really important. Okay, for the communication, for the meeting, for all the people, for the politician. Okay, and this is the right place to meet the people for the photography. Okay, so I show you many cafe. This is a historical place, Caffè San Marco in Trieste, and you can see there is the picture, okay, on the wall. And this is how we expone our picture, okay? So this is the Pirona pastry, where James Joyce starts to write Ulysses. And look, so this is a hole, the bullet hole for the World War. Okay, so all the city has all of this little example, okay, for the link to the city, to the bar. Okay, so we start in 2011. The first, so my idea was only 3 photographers in 3 different locations, but so it explodes. Okay, le vie delle foto explodes. I didn't know why. Okay, maybe for the idea. Okay, I think the people want to expose their picture. Okay, so the first in only 2 weeks, by 3 that we start, it becomes 31 photographers in 27 different locations. Okay, I was not ready to do one one event like that, but we do in the other ways. So the second years, all the people come and tell me, why, Linda, we don't do that again? And we do that again. In 2012, okay. So we do another thing. We do a charity event where we have Fiorella Manoia. I hope you know who is Fiorella Manoia. Is a really important Italian singer that come to Le Vie delle Foto and do a charity dinner with the bid to the picture, to our photography. Okay, this is when I was young, huh? You can see me when I was young. Okay, so we go on. Okay, we were to the 2013. So we have, so you can see the number of the photographer every year will grow. Okay, we have 61 and 59 bars. In the 2040 we go on in 57 bar. Okay, every year we do something different. Okay, in the 2013 we have the first tourist guide. Okay, and on every Saturday morning and every Saturday evening, all the people meet, okay, and have with a professional guide a tour to Le Vie delle Foto. Okay, we have every year a map, okay, that you can see there. Okay, they have a little point, okay, and the people can go to visit this point by themselves or only on the Saturday morning and evening with the guide. Okay, our guide is Honoria and she is with us from 2013. Okay, so in the 2014 we have an Instagram contest. So every year we have to do something different. So arrive is 2013, 15, and it is the first our big change, because normally we have the the 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto in October, okay? And this year it was not possible because we have a problem, okay, with another one association, okay? And so we decide, okay, do you want our month? Do you want October? Okay, no problem. We do something extraordinary again, okay? Anytime I want to do it, okay? Because Linda, when she want to do one thing, she have to do one thing, okay? So I take all the photographer and I go in Milano. Milano, it was a really important year for this year, 2015, because there is Expo. I don't know if you remember, but there is Expo, and we have the Milano Expo. And we go with our exhibition in Photoshop, okay? And we do a really interesting thing. We do the wall of photo, okay? You can see there on the picture, okay? And there is a particular thing, okay? I want to take another 1 minute to explain. So there is two pictures, okay? The first one and the same pick them up, okay? And the people have this wall and they have to write, so to take the first picture and write something on the second picture, okay? And all the people were enthusiastic because this is a really interesting mood to work with the picture, okay? So we come back. Okay, all the people all the photographer have their picture with the dedicate, okay, from a stranger person. It was really, really interesting. So I want to do it. So when we can, because it's really funny, but it really gives to the person what they think for the first things for your picture, okay? So when you take and you have, okay. And so these years we publish, okay, the first little guide book, Mostrami. Mostrami is a little manual, okay, where I wrote what the photographer has to do one exhibition to 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto, okay, because all the people ask me always the same thing. It's normally because we have an exhibition here, and so I write a little book, and when the people participate to 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto, the first thing is I give them the book, okay? So this is what you have to do, okay? You have to read, you have to select the photo. So we normally do the work together, okay? But so it could be necessary, okay, to help the photographer, because there is a to-do list, so they can check what they do for exhibition, okay? So this is the first things different, how do we do the 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto. And we come back in April. So April is spring, and I think it was a really good change for 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto, because every spring the people want to take off their jacket and want to go out, want to go visit the city, and you can see that in the number of the photographers that want to participate to 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto. So the first year that we have 100 of photographers in 63 local, and in the 2017 we have 115 participants, okay, to 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto's photographer, okay. So 𝗬𝗙𝗙 Foto grow, okay. So we have 2018, okay, 2019. Okay, we have many photographers. So the things is good. Okay, the things grow in a good manner. Okay, but we have to stop. Okay, so it's the COVID. It's arrived, but we really don't stop. Okay, in 2021, 2020 and 21, 𝗜𝗣𝗙𝗪 Photo tried to help, okay, the restaurant, so the firm, so the who can't work. I don't know how it's saying it in English. I'm sorry, now I lose my word. Okay, and they try. So we do many photo contests. Okay, for try to help the restaurant. Okay, but we give the photographer to the restaurant. Okay, to have many free picture. Okay, for promote what they cook and for try to sell it during the COVID with the delivery. Okay, so it was really important because it created many connection. Okay, because the photographer let them know to another group of restaurant or agency that they don't normally know our photographer. Okay, and it started to create many work. Okay, because the first picture are for free, but the second, the third, so all the work, okay, starts to grow up. Okay, so the 2020 was another one important year because we started to have a collaboration with the 𝗪𝗙 by Hilton Trieste. This is a really important place in Trieste. This is a new hotel that it is in Trieste, okay, and we start to have many exhibitions. So now I am the curator to the 𝗪𝗙 by Hilton exhibition, okay, and every month we have a different exposure. Okay, it's really important because you can see the place is really, really, really beautiful. Okay, so so I have the sun on the monitor. I can't read. Okay, this collaboration has transformed the elegant space of the 𝗪𝗙 by Hilton into a living gallery. Okay, where visitors can experience photography as part of the stay in Trieste. So it's really important because the visitors come and receive our photography. Okay, so but this is not the only one new, okay, because we have another one location. Okay, this is 𝗜𝗙𝗙𝗪𝗏 Cafe. Okay, this is a historical pastry in Trieste, and on the first floor has a really beautiful room, exhibitions place, okay, where our photographer every month have a different exhibition. So we have a two different type of space, okay, but this is really important. So because it normally try to afraid the people, okay, and people tell me, oh, so we can start with 𝗑𝗪𝗙 for my first exhibition, and when I will be more strong, when I will be more sure, okay, we can go to Hilton Hotel. Okay, so the 2022, the 10th edition, after 20 years, after 2 years of pace, we returned, but a slowly return. Okay, you can see we have only 34 photographers that participate. So I think all the people was so frightened, okay, to come to do all together. And 𝗜𝗣𝗙𝗪 Photo, first of all, is a big community, to share photography. Okay, so during this time, we do many cultural and charity events. Okay, we have in the Castle of San Giusto with Paola. Okay, we have a red dinner with the Lions Club. We have many territory association. Okay, we sell the picture that the photographer want to have to sell. Okay, we take the money and we give them to all the association. Okay, but territory association, we want to do something to concrete in our territory. Okay, so we have the installation in the Chamber of Commerce. We do a mini project with a commune that it is near of Trese. It is doing Aurisina. So we have really important photography project. Okay, so it was 2023. The people come back to the delle Foto 2024 again. Okay, in 2025 this years we have an incredible time. So we reached the 67 venues and involved over 10 photography. So we come back to the number before COVID. Okay, so we have another one important partnership with Excelsior Cafe. It is an international partner. Okay, and every Saturday morning and evening they offer the coffee to our participant. Okay, during the guided tour. Okay. Okay, so every year, okay, we make the catalog, okay, for Le Vie delle Foto, and this is the last one catalog, okay, and we have done 14 catalog. So I have some on the monitor. It's so embarrassing, sorry. Okay, so another one thing important. So we have the podcast. We have two different type of podcasts, okay. There is normal podcast that we register during, okay, Le Vie delle Foto, and this is like a guide visitor, okay, to the exhibition, giving the photographer a voice and allowing everyone to listening, okay, because you come into the into the exhibition place, okay, and you with your QR code with your phone you can hear the interview. Okay, so this is the first one, and every year we register for all the photographers that participate to Le Vie delle Foto. Okay, and the second one podcast is Fuori Mostra. Fuori Mostra is a space when we tell the story to the professionists, okay, to the photography and to the festival professionists. Okay, so this podcast Fuori Mostra is all around the year, okay, but only the normal podcast is only in April. Okay, so we have these two different type. Okay. This is the promo to the podcast, okay? So we appunto interviewed national and international photography professionals, including director of Mayor of Photography Festival, okay? So all the people is listening if you're a photographer, okay? Or if you represent a festival and wish to talk about it, you are welcome and contact us, okay? So I speak about the guided tour, but I have already speak about it. Okay, the casting call. Okay, allora to take part to Le Vie delle Foto, so there is a really important rules, okay, to follow. Okay, since our exhibition take place inside the public venues, okay, such as a cafe, restaurant, hotel, and shops, okay, we cannot accept a photographer that dissipate nudity, okay, war, violence, or political content. Okay, so this policies is because we take full responsibility of the picture, okay, that we display in public. So this is the first step. Okay, after that, all submitted works are reviewed by our scientific committee, okay, with careful which carefully evaluates whether the photography are suitable for exhibition. Okay, and now so registration are now open. You can sign up directly on the website 𝗲𝗙𝗪𝗲𝗏. Okay, and so at the end, so I have asked why one person have to join to 𝗲𝗙𝗪𝗲𝗏. I have asked to my photographer if they can explain them to you, and I have many video I want to show you. So they gave to me in 24 hours. Okay, so thank you for my photographer. I love you too.
Ciao, sono Fiorella Maccolo e vengo dall'Italia, precisamente da Muggia. Sono uno dei fotografi delle vie delle foto già ormai da tantissimi anni e continuerò ad esserlo perché è una manifestazione bellissima e Linda ha fatto un lavoro meraviglioso e ogni anno le edizioni sono più belle, più internazionali e con foto meravigliose. Grazie Linda.
Buongiorno, sono Athanasius, provengo da Atene e divido il mio tempo fra Grecia e Italia per motivi di lavoro e familiari e ho conosciuto le vie delle foto gli ultimi anni e mi ha dato anche l'opportunità di presentare le mie foto. Attraverso Linda Simeone ho visto Trieste con altri occhi, ho conosciuto tanta bella gente e anche una belle opportunità e bellissimi momenti. Consiglio vivamente le vie delle foto. Ciao!
Ciao, buongiorno, sono Valentina Herrera, sono di Trieste, partecipo alle vie delle foto dal 2018, quindi sono tantissimi anni. Sono una fotografa amatoriale, mi piace fotografare la natura, i paesaggi, l'architettura e i tramonti. Grazie alle vie delle foto ho potuto portare a conoscenza i miei scatti a migliaia di persone che ogni anno partecipano alle vie delle foto e che ne sono la conoscenza. Grazie alla vulcanica Linda ho potuto partecipare anche a numerosi altri eventi, come ultimo quello della barcolana. Buona giornata.
Ciao a tutti, mi chiamo Yulia Datta, vengo dall'Ucraina e mi piace partecipare alle vie delle foto, mostra fotografica, perché mi piace Linda Simeone tanto, lei è una persona meravigliosa e alla fine lei crede di te, ama il suo lavoro e quindi sì, le vie delle foto è una mostra speciale. Un abbraccio grande, ciao.
Hello, my name is Nicola and I come from Padova, near Venice in Italy. And I love to participate to le vie delle foto in Trieste because it's a great appointment for people who are passionate and fond of photography and art, because Trieste is a very charming town and I love to discover its history every time I go there. And the director Linda Simeone is very quick to satisfy all the needs of the participants, and is very careful about the people who put the photography in there. And every time is a discover, and every time I find more and more artists that I appreciate. Thank you to Linda, thank you to Trieste and le vie delle foto.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrei. I came from Russia, Moscow. I'm participating in the project by le vie delle foto because I love photography. I started as a technical photographer also, and I love working with the concepts of the space and the mathematical visualization of the data. This is why I am participating in le vie delle foto.
Sono Teresa Riccobene.
Io sono Mario Coppola.
Veniamo dall'isola di Capri e siamo due fotografi amatoriali.
Partecipiamo al circuito delle vie delle foto
perché l'organizzazione di Linda Simeone ci dà la possibilità di esportare anche oltre il luogo dove siamo nati le nostre foto.
La rete che si crea a distanza dà una possibilità di unire più realtà fotografiche, creando così una bella sinergia in un unico posto.
Ciao a tutti, sono Laura Beghin, abito a San Martino Leupperi in provincia di Padova, partecipo alle vie delle foto da un paio d'anni e non starei più senza. Solo chi vive le vie delle foto sa quali emozioni ci siano. Ciao a tutti e spero di incontrarvi le vie delle foto 2026. Io ci sarò.
È da qualche anno che partecipo alla manifestazione alle vie delle foto che trasforma la città di Trieste in una vera e propria galleria d'arte in cui i fotografi hanno la possibilità di esporre il proprio lavoro, di confrontarsi e di stringere anche delle bellissime amicizie.
Ciao a tutti, sono Lorenzo Parenzane, sono un fotografo di Trieste. Oggi vi voglio portare la mia testimonianza sulle vie delle foto e raccontarvi cosa sono veramente. Al di là di ciò che la gente pensa, non è soltanto una semplice mostra fotografica che viene a Trieste nel mese di aprile, ma bensì qualcosa di più profondo, più intimo. È un momento di coesione tra i fotografi, tra gli artisti, un momento di scambi culturali. È un'esperienza veramente unica e soprattutto con l'entusiasmo della Linda Simeone si possono fare veramente esperienze uniche, irripetibili. Io le consiglio veramente a tutti quanti, a tutti coloro che non hanno ancora partecipato. A presto, Lorenzo.
Ciao, sono Paolo da Trieste, Italia, e partecipo con una certa frequenza alle manifestazioni organizzate da Linda, in particolare delle vie delle foto, con le quali ho collaborato anche per progetti personali. Mi trovo bene, l'organizzazione è sempre impeccabile e tutto quanto molto interessante, è un modo per crescere dal punto di vista della fotografia, nel senso che comunque ci si trova a confrontarsi con altri che hanno la stessa passione, siamo tutti quanti o quasi fotografi dilettanti e quindi il confronto è una di quelle cose che fa crescere. Credo che partecipare a queste manifestazioni che organizza Linda sia una cosa interessante e possa anche, magari a chi è più giovane, aprire qualche strada professionale. Ciao a tutti e buona luce.
Bravi, bravissimi. So thank you all. So I'm so sorry because I broke my webcam 5 minutes before the interview. So I hope that you enjoy. I hope that I speak so clearly. Okay.
Everything was really good, Linda.
Okay.
Thank you so much and congratulations for the festival. It looks really nice. IPFA we are already thinking in buying our plane tickets to go there for the festival. It was really nice to have you also in Barcelona and to see you again in Albania last week with Arben. It was really, really nice. Okay, this means that all photographers that are here, they can go to your webpage now and send a proposal for next year.
Yeah, I hope.
The open call is now open for your festival until when?
Until 15th of February.
Okay, the open call is long.
Yes, it's long, yes, because they could change the idea, because if they listen to me and speak to me, it's really, really hard to do this exhibition with Linda.
And then you have all the proposals, you organize them all, you choose the ones that you want to exhibit, and then your team decide where they are going to exhibit on the different places. You choose where each of them are going to go.
So we decide all together because it depends to the team. Okay, if you speak about, so if your picture speak about, so I don't know how I can explain, but many pictures stay well in one location. Okay. I don't know how I do it, but I do it. If you come to Trieste, you can see with your eyes.
Okay, but the photographers don't decide where they are going to go. You decide with your team where they are going to go.
Yes, they don't decide because it's really important to understand. So I think it is an anthropological choose. Okay, because you have to decide the place, the character to the photographer, the character to the local, okay? So there is many things to understand, okay? Because if you don't choose the right place, so the photographer could have the wrong exhibition ever.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, you were also telling us one day that as it's a public space, you need to choose the subjects. I mean, when people go to drink a coffee, there are some subjects that people don't want to see, or the owners of the bars don't want to see. You need to know them really well to choose the best exhibitions.
Yes,
That is
absolutely.
really important.
So yes, it is really, really important because we have to have the responsibility to the humor, to the worker in this place. So if you put a bad so violence team exhibition in one local, so all the people see this. So, and they could be so sad. So but it's not a joke. One thief, one boss tell me, so Linda, next year you don't have to bring me this picture because all the workers are depressed from this picture. So it's really important, yeah, because so in every bar, every day there is a big number of person, 100, 200, 300. It depends. On Saturday, so you go to Piazza Unità, there is 1,000, not 100, 1,000. So if so, you have to you understand that our picture contamine in English, or no, contamina, no, so.
Yes, it's linked in the context. In the context of the bar, the people is working there.
The people feel your picture because they are in the picture. Okay,
Sure.
It's really important. This thing, the most important thing. Do the good
Matched. Yes. And I really like that you also take photography outside of the museums or the galleries or the more formal places, and that you are also using other spots when people is just going to buy a coffee and then they can see photography there. Also, I think it's a great opportunity to show photography outside of the traditional places.
They can sell the picture. And it is another one important thing. So I forgot to tell. So when the people come to the bar and say the picture, so they have a better way to say, oh, I like this picture. I can have it on my wall, on my chicken, on my kitchen. No kitchen, no, not my kitchen. What did I say? On my dining room. Okay, it's the right word. Okay, so I can have on my room. Okay, I can have this picture, and they buy the picture. Many photographers sell their picture during le vie delle foto, and we had not have any money from this. The photographer receive all the money, so they sell, they receive the money. Okay, we don't.
Sure.
We are not in destructive. Okay.
I really like the festival. I really like the idea, and for sure we are going to go there. And also,
I hope we are waiting.
A couple of months. We just need to go through
April
to winter, and then we are going to go there. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Linda, for being here. I think Rui is not here. If I'm wrong, Rui from Imago Lisboa? No. No? Okay, we can go with you, Friso, if it's good for you. Do you want to try to share if it's working now?
Yes. So thank you, Pablo. Thank you all for being here. It's really nice to tell you something about Breda Photo. And I'm only nervous about the technicalities because I just tried to share my screen and it didn't work. So let's see whether it works now. Let me see if I can.
Now it works. It's coming.
It works?
Yes.
Let me see.
Yes, now we can see your...
Yeah, but you see a lot of images, I suppose. I want to start. Let me see here.
Yes.
Yes, I think
now it's perfect. Now, yes.
Now I think it's perfect. So just thanks again. And before I start, just a brief introduction about my background and photography. And here you see myself with my father, because my mom, she was at Art Academy in The Hague. And actually, she was a graphic designer, but she was very fond of making photos. So I remember as a kid, I was a lot with my mom in the dark room, and it was the magic of seeing how all of a sudden of a piece of paper that there was a photo. So that was I think that's my first experience with photography. I became the director of Breda Photo 2 years ago. I found a very professional organization with motivated colleagues, and more. We have at Breda Photo, we have more than 200 volunteers, and without our volunteers, you know, we are nothing. So I show you here some images of our volunteers. They are in ICT. They are making the exhibits, and well, it's really wonderful to work with them. Here you see a picture of our last festival, the 11th edition of Breda Photo, last year ago, where we had this amazing tower rebuilt with photos of the Senegalese photographer 𝗜𝗲𝗙. And you see all our volunteers here under. This is a picture of our core team. In the middle, Reinoud, he has left already, our curator. But we are about 5 of us, so full-time working for Breda Photo Festival. And Breda Photo originated in 2003 as an initiative of a few photography enthusiasts from Breda. And from a small cultural event, it has grown into the largest photography festival in the Benelux, with exhibitions by photographers from all over the world. Our ambition is to familiarize a broad audience with the power and the expressiveness of photography, and to take them into the latest developments also in photography and visual storytelling based on socially urgent topics. So I really liked Linda, your story, but and it's very good. We are all different. For example, we really like to touch upon political themes, and sometimes that really hurts. But that's how we position Breda Photo, that we discuss things that are happening right now. For example, in our latest edition, we had an exhibit of Sakir Kader, who is now a Magnum photographer, and he's a Palestine Dutch photographer, and it was a heartbreaking exhibit, and we had a lot of discussions around this exhibition. But we see it as our role to touch upon the things that are happening right now in society. Here you see some other pictures. So we very often use fabric halls, and we are also outside. Here you see an exhibit in the Great Church of Breda. And again, here you see the tower, the silo with the pictures of 𝗜𝗲𝗙𝗪. We like to work together with theaters. We work together with museums. We are in libraries, in schools, in a hospital, elderly homes, and we work a lot with neighborhood organizations. So here are some other images. This is, for example, a former prison, beautiful venue. We would love to use it again. The thing is that it's now a place where there are also a lot of people from Ukraine. So it doesn't feel in the inside any longer as a prison. but that's where a lot of refugees have now a room and they have their place. We do a lot with youngsters. We have a fully fledged education program. And today, a bit, because you can, there are so many things to tell you, but today I would like to focus on a specific subject, on what some might consider as a dilemma, namely how to be both a festival with an international ambition and focus, and at the same time an event that is strongly rooted in the local community. And at Breda Photo, we don't see this dilemma. And I will elaborate a bit further on this in a minute. But first, I would like to show you a short video, like Linda did as well, of Breda Photo, so that you get a bit more an idea what we look like. I hope it works. Let me see if I can start this. Yep.
We are not listening the sound. You have to do the same as Lisa. There is kind of 3 dots, and then you have to accept for sharing sound.
Okay, where? How do
there must be 3 dots somewhere.
Yeah.
Down on Zoom. I mean, it's kind of the Zoom.
Yes. Let me see.
Sharing sound, original sound.
Yes.
Something like that.
I think I got it now.
Great.
I think I got it. I put it a bit. Sorry for that.
No problem.
It works now?
Now it works. Yes.
So let me see how now I get back to my presentation. You hear me?
Yes.
Yes, perfectly fine.
Now I want to get out of this video. I'm so sorry for this. No, I don't want to replay. How do I get back? Yes, there we are. So, as I said, I would like to speak now a little bit, elaborate a bit further on how to be local and how to be international, because we don't see Breda, the city of Breda, just as a casual location. And I show you this image of this is not an image of Breda Photo, but this image of an UFO or a UFO, because that's it's something, a metaphor I use quite often to say that in the art world, we all know that sometimes the art world can be a bit snobbish. And with festivals, that you have the idea that the sort of art an elite, people come to a city, they have a great time amongst themselves, and then after the festival is finished, they get back in their UFO and they leave the city in despair. People ask, what has happened here? So there hasn't been any connection with the city itself. So that is something we really don't want. For us, it's really important that we connect to the city of Breda and to its inhabitants. And but then at the same time, be a festival that's internationally important. So how do we go about? I'll give you some examples how we do this. For example, we ask famous artists and photographers to work with residents of the city in the form of a multi-day workshop, and to create new work together with the people from Breda. Here you see a photo of the woman on the right. She's a very well-known theater, an actor and performance artist. And she did a workshop in the last edition of Breda with people. 3 days, they spoke about which obstacles you have to encounter in your life. Very private conversations. And so people were speaking about this in duos, so two people together who didn't know each other from the beginning. And then after 3 days of a workshop, they made a picture of these people, and we had quotes, and it was a very personal, beautiful project where the protagonists are people from Breda, ordinary people, but under the direction of a very well-known artist. So this was together with 𝗲𝗲𝗪𝗲𝗏, you see here. Here are some of these pictures of the people from Breda telling their stories. Here you see, unfortunately, the text is in Dutch. This is a project coming up now, a workshop that will take place again next Saturday. You see here 𝗜𝗣𝗙 𝗪𝗲𝗍. He is a comic author using photography. His books have been translated in French and also been published in the United States. There was a lovely critic from the Washington Post about this book. And it's all about 𝗜𝗣 and his world of the queer community in Amsterdam, where he lives. And together with people from Breda, they will tell their own queer stories now with help of 𝗜𝗣𝗙. So he's very well known. The people are unknown who participate in the workshop, but together we're going to have a lovely, I think, result, and we'll make an exhibit of 𝗜𝗣's work, also together with the people from Breda. Another example how we go about to bring international and local together is by giving photographers, international, well-known photographers, a commission in which they create new work and where we ask them to refer in one way or another to the local environment and history. Here you see 𝗲𝗪𝗔 𝗪𝗲𝗯𝗶H. She's world famous. She's from Brazil. And she made an installation in the Great Church of Breda, where she reflected upon the history of the Netherlands and Brazil. On the floor where we put tapestry for this installation she made, there are a lot of graves when the Netherlands, Breda, was besieged by the Spaniards, and a lot of people died of hunger. And in the same years that this happened, and we all learned that in school, that the Spaniards were the bad guys, and we were, sort of fighting the Spaniards. At the same time, the same years, a lot of Dutchmen from another part of the Netherlands earned a lot of money because of slave trade to Brazil. So this was an exhibit about, are you a victim or are you a perpetrator? And it turns the perspective on Dutch history, and it was really, really wonderful to work together with 𝗲𝗪𝗪𝗲𝗏. So there we brought an international well-known artist to the history of Breda, and this interaction was really, really nice. Then another example, which I stole from Jan Hoed, who was a famous museum director in Belgium, in Ghent, is we call it the living room route. What we do at the festival, we ask ordinary people from Breda if they want to put a photo from one of our exhibits in their home, in their house. And then on 4 Saturday afternoons, you can do a route by bicycle or walking, and you just ring the doorbell, ding dong, and then they let you in. And this is not so much about photography, because the one photo that you will see more of a series of a well-known photographer somewhere else in the city. But this is all about meeting people, to overcome your shyness, to pass the threshold of somebody else's house, also to allow people in. And I think this is an important thing nowadays for us as Breda Photo, not only showing beautiful photography, but in a way, in a world where we see a hyper individualism, where we see people living only in their own bubble, to connect people, bring them together. And then we call it the suitcase of Joost. Joost is one of our volunteers. What we do think is important is also to bring our festival to people who are not able to visit our festival. So we work together with several elderly homes in Breda, but also in Zundert, Etten-Leur, which are all small places around Breda, where we go with the suitcase, with the photos of our festival, to elderly homes, to speak with people about photography. But it's much more that it's a trigger for them telling us their stories, so that they reflect on their youth, what their experiences. So these are people sometimes with Alzheimer as well, but not only. And we have very lively discussions, and it's a beautiful way to open up your festival to the locals, the people who can't, you are just not disabled to visit your festival. I really enjoyed this. This was wonderful, wonderful to do. Now let's move to the international level. So I gave you some examples now how to be local and be interesting at the same time, and to connect to the international. Here you see a photo of, we have in Breda Photo, we are very proud that we have already for quite some editions now an international talent program. 10 art academies from 5 European countries, Finland, Hungary, Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. 1 year before our festival takes place, we have a kickoff with 250 students, and together with their teachers, with whom we are in direct contact, they make series to present to us, to our curators, and to teachers of the other schools participating. And at the end, after several rounds, we have, so the next edition, there will be 3 students who will have a fully fledged exhibit at our festival. So we treat them the same way as well-known photographers, doesn't matter. And it's a great experience for the students to work on a portfolio and to have discussions with our curators and with the teachers of the other academies. And like the feeling I had in Barcelona with IPFA, that although it was the first time, it felt like a family, you know, that really was really nice meeting each other, and everybody was so friendly and really wanted to do something for the other person. This is what we have in our international talent program. Here you see one of the exhibits of, this was a photographer from Hungary. Then another aspect of being an international festival, I have in my team 1 curator, but we have always two guest curators, so international curators. This is Mohammed Somji, who is working between Dubai, Gulf Photo Plus, where he's the director of a festival, and London. And we work together also for the next edition with Ileana Selian. She's from Romania, but working as a professor at the Edinburgh in Scotland University on photography. And for us, it's really great to work with international curators and change them as well, because they bring a lot of new ideas, and also how you look to photography and to things happening these days in society. So we're really happy working with them. Then the open call. I'm sorry for those who are interested. You have till February with Linda. With us, you have till the day after tomorrow. So if you
You
want
have to hurry up.
you have to really hurry up. We have already about 700 applications now. But please, if you want to join, look at our website of Breda Photo. You'll find it easily. Under if you open the page, under you will find a link to the open call. And our international character is also, I think, reflected in that we like to collaborate with other festivals. So please contact us. We will, in 2026, we will have a focus on Northern France. We work together with institutes from Institut pour la Photographie de Lille in Lille and 𝗓𝗪𝗪𝗓. And we are right now talking with Foto España to have an exhibit of Breda Photo in Foto España next year, June in Madrid. But we're always looking for other collaborations. Yeah, these were some examples of how to be local and at the same time to be international. If you want to know more about Breda Photo, please contact me. And then I'll finish now with the end of my presentation. I would like to draw the attention to a mini festival that will start the 1st of November in Breda, because we are biennale. So the big festival is in the even years, so 26, as I said, from 11th September till 25th of October, 26. But we have a mini festival coming up now for 4 weeks in November, together with Pride Photo, which is a festival from Amsterdam, and it's all about queerness. We believe it's important. It's maybe not a very original subject. It's not, let's say, a lot of people speak about this these days, but we think that's right to do so, because we live in a world where inclusion and diversity is under pressure. We see it in the United States, what is happening, where you see the discussions in the army. And so we think it's very important people can be themselves. And we will have 4 exhibitions in Breda with Pride Photo. We will have workshops. We will have presentations. We have artist talks. So please come to Breda. This starts the 1st of November. It's small. If you want the big stuff, then come next year to our 12th edition of Breda Photo. The theme will be for 2026. It's quite difficult still to translate in English, but it's about solace and about resilience. It's about, if you feel what's happening, the world around us becomes more violent and more unfriendly, that it is important to be seen and to be heard by the other person to come back stronger. So it's about resilience. So that's the theme for 26. So thank you very much. Drop by in Breda. Please contact me via mail or phone. And thank you so much, Pablo, Laura, for giving me this opportunity to speak a bit about Breda Photo, the local festival and the international festival. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Friso, for your presentation. I have a question, and I'm waiting for everyone to put more questions also on the chat. You talk about the open calls, because sometimes also, Linda, this question can come also for you, because we're always talking the importance of having open calls, because on the open calls, everyone can send their proposal. It's a way to democratize festivals, and not just also working with curators that they bring their own. My question is, how many of your exhibitions, how many exhibitions do you have, and how many of them come from the open call?
Yes, very good question, and I have to say very little, actually. So the main part of our festival is being curated by our curatorial team. So let's say maybe 3 out of 30 projects or 2 will be the open call. So it's not, we really emphasize the importance of working with the curatorial team. But we do think it's important to have an open call, but it's not so open as you might think, as it sounds.
No, it's good. Each festival works as they work is good. You don't have to say sorry or feel bad. It's just to have an idea and to start reflecting on how this work. And also it's good. You have it's not yourself that you decide. You have a curatorial team, and also you have 2 or 3 invited curators from outside that obviously, I think that you say, I don't know, Brazil or Africa. I mean, they are bringing also their artists from there. Is kind of they are doing, it's not the same names all the time, bringing all the time the big names. I mean, that is kind of what we think that we have to change. But if you are bringing every 2 years new curators with new ideas and new artists, that is also a great opportunity, because also the artist has the opportunity to contact with the curators and get in touch with them. I mean, there are different ways to get into the festivals. And if you have a lot of curators or you have different curators, that's good. I think the bad way of working is when you have the same curator every year, you know, and because there are no way to contact this curator or this director, or that's why we are asking to have as much possibilities for more emergent talent, so to say, to have the opportunity to exhibit. And in your festivals, you have good opportunities, and even having 3 or 4 exhibitions is good. I mean, there are some other festivals that just do an open call and just choose one. You know, that is what we are saying. Okay, this is not real an open call, you know, but it's good. Someone is asking who from your team reviews the more than 500 entries from the open call?
Well, I have a curator in my team, so she's really looking into that. And we also have some volunteers who are helping us with this, so they can do a sort of pre-selection, and then, but the curatorial team is also looking into this. And as you said, for example, me being a director, I'm not in the curatorial team. That's sometimes different from other festivals. What for me is important as a director is the storytelling, is what do we want to, which story we want to tell. And it's not so much about only the discipline of photography. For example, I have a lot of conversations with theater. So if we have a theme, that I try to make the festival a multidisciplinary festival as well. And even if we speak about solace and about resilience, I'm now speaking with a mosque, with the Catholic Church, with humanists, with Zen Buddhists, and they will all, during our festival, organize their own events speaking about this subject. So this is something for me, it's important. I want the city of Breda to really, during our festival, that everybody is involved. That's my that's my goal. And also speak with libraries. So photography, this is the curatorial team, and I give them all the freedom, and they are really good. So I feel confident as a director working with them. But it's not only about photography. I think Breda Photo we want to have impact in society, and especially these days, because these are days we are worried, and we want to tell another story and give people, you know, sort of oxygen, so to overcome prejudices, and that's what photography is all about. I think it's such a good medium as well. You have direct impact. Also, people are not going to museums, and
Great. We have a question about Nikos. How do these curators choose their exhibit, and how does one get their attention? I can imagine that you have to follow the theme, you know, the theme, the narrative, the amount of images that you're asking. How? Can you give us a couple of ideas?
Yeah. Well, of course, there are people who send, even without the open call, who send their portfolio to us. And so, of course, the curators look into that. But they have already quite a network, and they have already a lot of ideas, and people, they like, for example, I told you about Mohammed Somji, who is in between Dubai and London. So many ideas, and Iliana as well. Iliana Selian is specialized in photography from Latin America, which is not so well known in the Netherlands. So this is for us a plus as well. But it's, of course, it is difficult for them to get in contact with everybody. So yeah, well, they look themselves, but of course you can always send information, but we can't, you know, there's nothing you can promise.
Sure. Okay, and the festival is going to be next year between September and October, isn't it?
Yes, it's from the 11th of September till the 25th of October.
Okay, I'm taking notes because I'm waiting for an invitation to come.
Of course. No, will be wonderful to have you all there, and I would like to also I give guided tours as well, but I would love to do a free ride for IPFA members. So we'll speak about that as well.
Great. It will be a pleasure to be there. And also, we have always been surprised and interested on how you work outside a lot on these big spaces, outdoor exhibitions. I think that is really, really great for people to see outside. I mean, it's in the same case as Linda. It's not just festivals in a museum or in a gallery. It's this idea of outdoor that I think is also part of the future of photography. I mean, we need to bring photography to people because people is doing photography with their phones every day. You know, they want to see their images also outside and not just in the inside. What's your experience? Why you started doing the festival, or why the festival is so outdoor, so to say?
Yeah, well, for us, this is really important. And we are lucky that our art director of Breda Photo is also an architect. So that's why he can, for example, the silo I showed. I don't know if that's the English word, but it's huge. It was huge, and he can make it. He can also make the technical calculations, and so we get a permit to do these things in the city. So we do a lot of outdoor things. We will have organized next year a dinner for 250 people outside in a park. Because when we speak about solace, how to find comfort in difficult times, food, and Linda will agree with me as being Italian, I'm sure, food helps, like coffee helps. So we bring people there together. We'll bring together our professional photographers, but also asylum seekers, a lot of different people, and bring them together. And that's, as I said, that we see culture sometimes as politics. So that's what I said. We might differ a bit from La Ville delle Foto, but as you said, what Linda is doing, connecting people in the city with photographers, bringing people together, I think there we have a lot in common as well.
Nice. Linda, do you have an answer for the original question about the open call? How many exhibitions come from the open call, and how your team choose the exhibitions?
So I think 80%, 80% from the open call, yeah.
80% of the exhibitions comes from the open call.
Yes.
Oh, nice. That's good.
It's because we don't have much money to have many. Okay.
And how do you choose the exhibitions? I mean, because you told us the themes, that some themes, no nude, and no war or politics. I mean, kind of.
So another one rule is no two portfolio no have to be the same. All portfolio have to be different.
Okay.
Okay. So stop. Basta. Okay.
That's the end of the answer. Okay. And what do you feel about what Friso was also talking about, being local and being international? Because you also have local artists and international artists.
No, we are all together. No, we are all together. We are always all together. And when we have the visit, when we meet, when we have workshop, we are always together.
But normally you have half and half Italian, half international, or you don't see so much about the nationalities of the exhibitions.
No, 40% are out of Italy.
Okay.
40. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it is really important because so Trieste really is in a strategical place. So we have Slovenia, okay, we have Austria, okay, we have Croatia. So in 1 hour you are in Croatia, okay. Venezia is more far away from Trieste. It's simple like that to be international like that. In 1 hour you are to Ljubljana, in 1 hour you are go to Riga, in 1 hour you go everywhere in Trieste. It's so simple. So, but not only like that, we have many photographers from Turkey. I put the video from Julia that's from come from Ukraine, Russia, Greek, okay, France, everywhere.
Nice. And also this is a question about gender equality. I don't know if you, Friso or Linda, do you control this when you are doing your open calls and when you are selecting at least have 50-50, or do you have a political decision on how to work with gender equality?
No, normally I don't look these things. But so normally we have many girls and many men, but like the same number, so you can read on the maps. So no, so there is woman, there is men, but they have to be a photographer. Yeah,
we do look at it that it's balanced. We don't work with percentages, but we do. Maybe if I just want to briefly add what you just said, Pablo, about being local or working with local photographers. For me, the point I wanted to stress is not so much working with local photographers, because we look at the quality. So it doesn't really matter where they come from. Local for us, which is important, is that we don't see the residents of a city only as possible visitors of the festival, but that they can be co-creators. That's the point I would like to stress. And for example, in our next edition, 26, we work together with people from a neighborhood in Breda, which is, let's say, a low-income neighborhood. A lot of people also with a migrant background are living there. And together with a Turkish-Dutch photographer who has won several awards and has been shown in the national museums, people will come together with their family albums of their family pictures to her. She will then have a talk with these people from this neighborhood about their family pictures, their background, how they came to the Netherlands. And then she will use these photos to weave a tapestry. So photography is the starting point, but at the end, it will be a huge tapestry where she will integrate all these stories with textile in a tapestry. And there again, you see working with a high-level artist, but based on the stories of people from the city itself. So that way we try really to connect to the city and not being snob artists, the art world, that over their heads we are doing a festival in Breda. That's really the point I want to make.
Sure. I was also asking Linda because she's doing things in bars. I mean, obviously her connection with local audiences is much kind of direct and closer. And I think it's important. We do need to think on this relationship between local and international. And I think you are working really good in this aspect. I mean, and thank you so much for pointing it out and for using your time to point this specific aspect of your festival. I wanted to ask you also, Friso, about your festival, because it's a biannual festival, and that gives you also the opportunity to work deeper in some projects, or to have more time, or to do also longer curatorial projects and to think. Can you explain a little bit more how it is to be a director of a Biennale, and what are the good things that you see of having these 2 years for working in a project?
Well, I think the good thing is that you can make a real thorough program, as I said, also multidisciplinary, to involve a lot of partners in the city and from outside of Breda. That's a good thing. What I find difficult sometimes with the Biennale is that during 6 we have all the attention, and we get articles in all the national newspapers, and we were in the delle Photographie and the British Journal of Photography, so we're really happy, and then it's all happening. And then you, of course, if you're not active, or you don't show anything then in 2 years, then attention drops. And that's also difficult finding sponsors. For example, now we have an international sponsor, small start, but really happy with that. But it's difficult. And I think it's for all of us, it's difficult to get funding from private companies, for example. And that's something I still have to work upon. I worked as a civil servant for a long time myself. So finding subsidies from the province and from cultural funds, it goes quite well, but how to go about working with enterprises and what's in their interest to collaborate with you? Because if you only say you need to help us, it doesn't work. There has to be something in it for them as well. So this is still a point, and can be interesting also to to discuss in IPFA how to find private funding. Why is it important for enterprises to work with us? And
Sure.
yeah, I think that's still a challenge. But to have time to prepare a program, and we need the time because we're really big. We have about 80,000 visitors at each edition of the festival, so it takes time to prepare this, and we don't have any venue ourselves, so we always have to negotiate with the city, now we will have a space in a former prison, which will be wonderful because people like to go to a prison, to see how it was. And but it takes so much time.
Sure. I mean, from your point of view, it's good having a biennale because you can have more time to think, but also it's hard sometimes on the economical part, and also on having this every year, some activity or something that can connect you with your audiences.
That's why we have a mini festival now in November, which already with 4 venues, it's already quite big, but it's mini, but it's still a lot of work. Yeah.
Sure. But even if you are working every 2 years, you are working the full year. I mean, the 2 years you are working with the festival. I mean, when one festival finishes, you take a month, take a rest, and then you start working, or you have a couple of months without working for the festival.
No, because we have, in my team, we are 5 persons working 32 hours a week. So nearly, let's say we are paid for 4 days a week. And that's, it's nonstop.
Sure.
So to give you an idea, in our festival year, we have a budget of 1.2 million euros. And it's a bit less than of course, in the non-festival year. But it's something, it's a responsibility.
Sure.
And my colleagues are really motivated and they're really good. But these days with culture, and it's in a lot of countries, I think, with the colleagues who are here, these are not easy times for culture. So we have to fight. We do, and we manage. But it's not always easy. But it's a wonderful work.
Enrique from Portugal, he was asking how many people are on this organization team. You said that you are working 4 people the full year, and then we saw
5.
in the picture 5, and then we saw in the picture for the festival like core team like 8 or 9.
No, well, there were some on the core team. Let's say the core team is 5 people, and but I could say 6, but then one person is working only 1 day a week for us. So we are 5 working 4 days a week. We're working 5, but we are paid 4. And then, as I said, we have 200 volunteers, and that they really, some of these volunteers work also in the not festival period. They work 1 day or sometimes even 1.5 day a week for us. But during the festival day, we have people giving guided tours, hosts, ICT. They do the catering. So there are many people involved.
Sure. No, and I also think it's important that you have the same team working all the time, because a lot of festivals have the problem that you can hire, I don't know, people 3 or 4 months, and then on the rest of the year you can hire them, and then they go to find another job, and then when you want them back, it's not possible because they are working on something else. It's really good that you have the opportunity to have the same team and the same people working the full year. That is a great opportunity to keep growing. If not, in the end, when you need to build a new team, you're losing a lot of energy, and also losing a lot of knowledge that your team has already created on how to organize the festival, that you need to start new people again. That's good. Okay, Linda, one question. Enrique was asking how many people works in your team, how many people collaborate with you for the organization?
Yes, I read. I work all year. This is my principal work. Okay, so we have I already counted 5 or 6 person. Okay, because we have Paolo, we have Honoria that make the guide. We have Gianfranco, that's the press office. We have every year we have the voluntary from the school, because we work with a school in Trieste, and they give us the student that every year they help us to do the hang-on. Okay, and every year we have the voluntaries from 𝗲𝗲 delle Foto, so you can see when we were in Albania how many people works and come into the other place of the world. So otherwise I want to respond to Karine that asked me how we exhibit the picture in the coffee. So now the coffee know that every April there is 𝗲𝗲 delle Foto, and they take off their picture and put on our picture. Yes, there is a. So I'm really glad, because the restaurant, the bar, the local now knows that the 𝗲𝗲 delle Foto is coming, and they let us let free the wall for us. Okay, so I really appreciate it, because they really understand that it is a big program, that it is a big work.
Sure.
And for Alessia, I have already counted now. So this year there is 67 photographer, 10 are a group, okay, and 23 are women. So I think there is like a half. Okay.
Sure. I wanted to ask you about the copies, about the prints. You print them, or you ask the people to print them and bring it to prepare the exhibitions?
No. We ask the people to print the picture, because we don't know how they want to expose their picture. So they could decide to have fine art or normal art. So during this year, we have a really different type to print. So they could use canvas, they could use metallic photo. Kappa mount, okay, PVC, they use, so Fiorella 1 year print on the wood.
Sure.
Okay, so they print on the shirt. Okay, so they can, so where they want, they can print, but they have to tell me before. So this is
Sure.
it's not could be a surprise for me. Oh, Linda, this is the exhibition. No, I have to know it before. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Lisa and Friso, for the presentation. It was really good to know your festivals. I think they have really nice things in common, and also different things in 2 different points of Europe, really. And now we have 2 invitations for next year to go to visit Italy and the Netherlands. We have 2 more minutes if someone else has a final last question. If not, I think it was really, really nice to see you all. Now we are going to have another meeting in Spanish. If you have the link for this one on the same email, you have the other link. If you want to join, it's going to be in Spanish. And if not, we are going to send it on the newsletter also afterwards, and you can see it with subtitles. That's also a good opportunity. And also for the rest of the festivals that are here are going to see this video. We are doing every 2 months these presentations of festivals, and we kindly invite you all to present your festivals. I think it's a really good opportunity to show what you are doing, to start a debate, and also to find new audiences, more international audiences to what you are doing. That is a great opportunity. Okay, thank you so much, Linda, Friso, and all those who has been here. We were 30, 40 people in a moment. That's really good. We are really happy having you as members of IPFA, and thanks for being part of the activity. Okay, see you soon, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.